welcome to my channel. I am Silpa. Today's video is all about human body joints. So friends, it's all about classification of joints. Further going to the different joints, different types of joints, let's start with the variety of joints with their classification.
So here I have already written clearly for the better understanding of the joints, for which we will not disturb while I am writing or reading anything. So first of all, classification of joints. There are four different ways to classify the joints. First one is structural, second one is functional, third one is regional, and fourth one is articulating. All the types of joints are same, but they're mainly classified in differently. According to the structural, it is classified in which material all the bones has been attached or based on the binding material, in which you can easily get that it is based on the joint structure. So next is functional, which is based on degree of mobility, and the third one is regional, which is based on the region. It's you can say the in which area it is present, that's why it is called as the regional. And articulating, it is based on number of articulating bones, how many number of bones are attached to form a joint. This is called articulating joints. Based on structural joints, it is also again divided into three types, that is your fibrous joint, cartilaginous joint, and synovial joint. These three joints are again divided into variety, so I will explain you later. First one is the fibrous. Fibrous joint is like attachment through the fibrous, and it is immovable type. Like if there will be any movement, it will move. Otherwise, it will not move totally. So, cartilaginous joint, that is slightly movable. It will move a little bit. Next is your synovial joint. Synovial joint is the slightly movable.
Okay, cartilaginous joint. Cartilaginous joint is slightly movable or it will move a little bit. This is your synovial joint. Synovial joint, these are the freely movable or highly movable, like your shoulder, finger joint, shoulder joint. I'll explain you later. Okay. Now, again, under fibrous joint, there are three joints: suture, syndesmosis, gomphosis. Suture is again four types, like your plain, serrate, squamous, synderesis. And gomphosis is, gomphosis is your teeth bone or the other bones that are attached with the joints called gomphosis. And as you all know, the teeth are not movable and it's all under the fibrous joint. Suture is also contains four. I told that plain, serrate, squamous, and synderesis. Next is your cartilaginous joint. It is also two types: synchondrosis, or you can say primary joint; symphysis, or you can say secondary cartilaginous joint. These are all are related to cartilaginous joint or slightly movable. Next is your synovial joint. Synovial joint is contains ball and socket, saddle, condylar, epiploid sheath, hinge, pivot, and plane. Okay, now synovial joint I have not mentioned here, so I'm explaining you in a different page. Wait, your synovial joint is again divided into four parts, like plane, uniaxial, biaxial, and multiaxial. Again, uniaxial is your hinge and pivot. Biaxial is your ellipsoid, saddle, condylar, or you can say it knee joint. Okay. Now, second one is your functional. Functional is based on degree of mobility. It all depends on the movement of the joints. It is also again three types: synarthrosis, amphiarthrosis, and diarthrosis. Okay.
Synarthrosis is immovable, amphiarthrosis is slightly movable, and diarthrosis is freely movable.
Now we can say that synarthrosis are the fibrous joint, amphiarthrosis are like secondary cartilaginous joint, and diarthrosis are the like synovial joint. See, how much joints are present in our body has been classified first structurally. These are the joints which you can see, same joints in differentiated in different way according to functionally, regionally, and articulatingly. So don't be confused. The same joints you will find here, here, and here, and here, because it is differentiated in structurally, this is in functionally, this is in regionally, and this is in articulatingly. The same joints are performed here and here and here in different way, or you can see in different category. Next, number 3 is your regional type. The regional type means it is based on the region or in which area these joints are present. This is also again three types: skull type, vertebral type, and limb type. Okay, skull types is immovable, vertebral type it is slightly movable, and limb type it is freely movable. Okay, skull type means skull regions all the joints is called skull type. Vertebral regions all the joints is called vertebral type, and limb regions all the joints is called limb type. Now skull type joints are immovable, vertebral type joints are slightly movable, and limb type joints are freely movable. Now next come to our articulating joints. Okay, simply this articulating joints are based on the number of articulating bones. Articulating means how many number of bones are attached to a joint. Okay, this is also again three types: the simple joints, the compound joints, and the complex joints. Okay, now see, simple joints. Only two bones articulate, it's called simple joints. In compound joints, more than two bone articulate is called compound joints. In complex joints, more than two or more than that. Okay, when articulate, it's called complex joint. Okay. Simple joints are the joints in which only two bones articulate. For example, interphalangeal, shoulder joint, hip joint. This is under simple joints. In compound joints, the examples are elbow joint, the shoulder joint, the wrist joint. Sorry, the shoulder joint. No shoulder joint. In compound joint, there are more than two bones articulate. So, example, the elbow joint, the wrist joint, or in complex joint, there are more than two or more than that. When joint cavity divided by two part, here I have written when joint cavity divided by two part by an intra-articulating disc or meniscus. Example, TMJ, temporomandibular joint, knee joint, and your sternoclavicular joint. The spelling is STERNOCLAVICULAR. J for joint. Here I have answered J means joint. Okay, J means joints. So, so this is all about the classification of joints. For the better understanding, to remember all the joints, I have written a flow chart. Along with that, I'll explain you here. Okay, wait. See, if you are able to remember all the joints, you can follow these rules. You can easily get to know. Okay, see, here is a structural, functional, regional, and articulating. This is again divided into three parts: FCS, fibrous joint, cartilaginous joint, and synovial joints. Fibrous joint again divided into three types. What? Suture, syndesmosis, and gomphosis. Suture is again four types. I have already explained: PSSS, P triple S, P for plain, serrate, squamous, and syndesmosis. So now cartilaginous joints again two types: P and S. You can say primary cartilaginous joint and secondary cartilaginous joint. If you are not able to remember this, you can remember like this: synchondrosis and symphysis. So synchondrosis, you can say primary cartilaginous joint is again syn, and this is again sim. Sign and symptoms. You can also remember like this: sign and symptoms. Cartilaginous joints again two types, sign and symptoms, or primary or secondary. You can say primary or secondary, or you can say sign and symptoms. You can remember like this. Next is your synovial joints. This is also four types. I have already explained, like your plain, uniaxial, biaxial, and multiaxial. Uniaxial again hinge and pivot. Biaxial again ellipsoid, saddle, and condylar, or you can say not C, or you can say like knee joint. Which one is suitable for you? You can remember like this: ESC or ESK or ESK, which is easily you can remember. You can remember like this. Next is your functional. Functional also three types: synarthrosis, amphiarthrosis, and diarthrosis. So I have written here SAD. Next is your regional. Regional is your three types: skull, vertebral, and limb. Skull type, vertebral type, and limb type. Articulating again three types: simple, compound, and complex. Simple joint, compound joint, and complex joint. The examples I have written here: SH, like your shoulder joint and hip joint; WE, wrist joint and elbow joint; TMJ, K and S. TMJ, K and S. TMJ, temporo mandibular joint, knee joint, and sternoclavicular joint. These are the examples. So this is the shortcut flow chart to remember all the joints like this. So these three papers contains all that data. So I'll give you the PDF, or you can download from the link. Okay, in the next video I will explain you the upper limb and the lower limb of the joints. So till then, if you like this video, do one thing: do like, share, and subscribe. And channel, if you're new to my channel, you can subscribe my channel. Till then, tata, bye bye.